Hello everyone, hope you can see me. I'm gonna do a quick harvest, get me a little outside time after being cooped up. I see my head chopped off a little bit. I'm gonna harvest what looks like needs to be harvested. I've started on my peppers, so that's what I'm gonna continue doing. So I'm gonna bring you along with me, and I'm gonna move the camera. Hopefully the sun is not glaring. So I might have to tilt you, bring you down. Hi. So everything looks weird. Okay. This one is loaded with peppers, so I decided to come and get some of them off. And since I'm in quarantine, guys, if you remember, I hope I'm not in the way. I trimmed this one back. And since I trimmed it back, the peppers just start blooming really good. So now I have a lot of them ready to come off, which it helped. So if you have not trim back your pepper plants, you can do that if you want to try to get them to push out that fruit. So I will show you the harvest after I finish clipping them. Here's the watermelon. Okay, guys, let me see. I don't know if you could tell. That's my little peppers, my green, the dark green ones. That's what I got off of here. I have one, not one, but a couple of them that looks like this. Can you tell me, is that what it is supposed to do? Or if it's something wrong? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move on over here to my bok choy. And I'm going to try to bring you down so you at least tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing. If you can tell, you know something been eaten on it because you see the little holes. Now, my first year of gardening, what I used to do, that was my first time. I ran out, I bought me more just like everybody else did. And I'm going to tell you what happened. So, the first time I did, I was going back and forth, trying to spray the neem oil. And then I ended up reading somewhere else, seeing another video of someone else. And it was either video or they messaged me. And they told me, they say, instead of spraying all that neem oil, just cut it back. It'll grow back. So that's what I do. I just cut it back. Something is going to eat on everything that you have, no matter what. And the time you invest into the neem oil, I'm not telling you don't get it, don't use it. I'm saying that it have to be very beneficial for me to do it, because I know somebody, I mean, they already got holes in it. That don't mean that they're bad, but just cut them back. What can you hurt? If you're going to lose them, you're going to lose them. Now, so that's what I did so far. I just cut it back, and we're going to see how that works. And if it still looks bad in the next couple of days, then it should be a little cooler, hopefully. And then what I do is I try the neem oil. So far, I have not used neem oil in a while. Here is my greens. They look pretty good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head and harvest some of these. Number one, because they look good. They grew back from when I did them before. And why not? So, and I'm going to show you why, again, that I do mine like that. Number one, out of all the ones so far, you already see that. Just going to cut that off. Everybody had their own method of doing whatever they do. I'm not telling you that you have to do things my way. I'm just telling you what works for me. And I'm not afraid to say, oh man, I messed that up. If I messed it up, I messed it up. But in my experience, it has worked for me. So that's why I do mine the way I do it, also to help prevent the white flies for having a field day with my stuff. So we'll move to, let me get over here and see if I have some beans. And I hope you can see me because I tilted this. Yeah. Well, you probably can't see me directly, but you can see me harvesting. So if you're a new gardener, you'll eventually find your way and what works best for you. So far, you know, I kind of found what works for me. And I always say I took a little of this, took a little of that. I mixed different ways up, and that's what works for me. You're gonna see so many garden styles. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in one particular person's personal garden style. Again, this is my way. This is my my cuttings, like when I'm cutting up stuff. So I'm also gonna do these over here. You probably can see them. I'm gonna check to see if you can see these as well. So yes, a lot of this is, for those that know, I've been sick, so I have not been out here every day. I've been kind of doing what I can, and today I decided that I'm going to cut a lot of things back, and some things I'm going to pull out only because I want to give them an opportunity to spread out. Some things are going to get trimmed up, and some things are going to get taken out. And if after you see it, you may say, oh my gosh, he done cut everything up. Well, I did the same thing and got even better results the second time around when they grew back. I didn't have to pull them all out. And that was something that I chose to do to give the other ones a better chance. I guess you can kind of say this is my way of just thinning out some things. It'll be okay. They bounced back before, and if not, I just have to, I hope I wasn't in the way. Oh Lord. But I'm over here with the collards, and what I'm doing is, like I said, is trimming them back, as well as going ahead and thinning out what I can thin out. They don't look horrible, but I do know that they've been having those little white flies coming through. That's something that's going to happen. I think everybody's going to experience some white fly action. So before I use neem oil, I would cut them back, and just like I did the mustards, and they'll come back. So don't be afraid to cut them. For those of you that prune trees, you're doing pretty much the same thing. You're just cutting back the bad leaves. And like I say, if that don't look like it's working, then I will go to phase 2, which then I will probably try to apply some neem oil. The kale don't look super bad, but I am going to thin some of them out by choice. So that's what you're going to see me do over here. Not because they just needed to come out. Because like I say, my experience, I have just cut mine back, just like I'm doing, and they grow back. This is my method. You have to find what works for you. That's what I can tell you. So, hold on. So I'm still over here with the kale, and I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna pull some out, like I said, only because I'm gonna thin it out. I have a lot of kale planted, so I'm not stressing on losing a couple. And then I also have more kale seeds, and like I said, I'm only doing it not because of the little white flies. That's what these little holes is at this point. When you look at your brassicas, 9 times out of 10, that's what it is. And again, this is what worked. This is what worked for me. So that's what I'm gonna continue to do until it doesn't work. And if I need to eventually use some neem oil or something like that, maybe I'll do that. But I'm not gonna jump to that as my first resource, because sometimes you can just do it on your own. Don't be afraid to let nature take its course. You will be spraying stuff all day long, every day, every season. They didn't have all that neem oil back in the olden days, you know, so why do I need to be spraying that stuff? Again, if it works for you, that's what you feel comfortable with doing, I'm not going to tell you don't do it. That's your choice. And that's one thing you have to understand. Make up your own mind. Don't be doing stuff because somebody else, you see somebody else do it. Everything I say ain't gold, you know, as well as them. So there's only so much you can do. And you're going to lose some things. Don't be afraid. You're going to lose it. It is what it is. I mean, you still do your inspection on your garden. Cut out the bad leaves. Keep it moving. Don't be afraid to harvest early if that's what you need to do. Yeah. So I got a lot of bok choy over here. I've never grown it before, but I do know it's going to need some spread room. So I'm seeing which ones I can actually pull without it stressing me out, because it needs grow room too. So I need to make sure I'm giving it breathing room as well. And before I even start cutting, I just pull out the ones that I need to space out anyway. I have 3 right here. That gotta come out. Gonna trim this. Trim that one. Trim that one. Trim that one. So I don't know how much, I don't know if my video turned off, but we're gonna zone in on this one. Right here where my hand is at, I cut that one all the way back. It's next to the broccoli sign. So we're gonna watch that grow back. This is my mustard tender area, and